In the shadow of the Assyrian Empire, on the banks of the Middle Euphrates, there was a small but fierce kingdom called Suhu. It wasn't an empire, it wasn't famous, but for perhaps 30 years, 2,800 years ago, it held its ground against nomads, invaders, and the most powerful armies of the ancient world. So who were the people of Suhu? Suhu was a mix of settled farmers, traders, and nomadic tribes. The cities along the Euphrates all relied on agriculture, with irrigation canals and date palm orchards. The countryside, however, was full of semi-nomadic Arameans and tribal warriors, who were just as likely to raid as they were to trade. They were ruled by local kings or governors, often balancing their independence with the demands of the Assyrian Empire. Sometimes they paid tribute, sometimes they fought back, and sometimes, like Shamash Resha Usur, they carved out their own mini-kingdoms. The Suhu's people lived in fortified river towns, controlling trade along the Euphrates. They spoke Akkadian, worshipped gods like Shamash, Adad, and Marduk, and built canals, temples, and orchards to make their harsh land livable. But they were always at risk. Raiders from the desert, Assyrian armies, and even the shifting course of the Euphrates River itself could destroy everything. And in the end, Suhu did disappear, swallowed back into the empire. But for a time, it was a land of warriors, builders, and survivors, holding their own on the edges of civilization. They weren't the biggest or the strongest kingdom, but they left their mark. And thanks to their historical inscriptions, we still hear their voices today. If you want to hear the voices of the two kings of Suhu, check out the Oldest Stories podcast.